Prices have increased in the past 4 to 5 years. They are currently more stable, but house prices are still higher compared to apartment prices. Properties can be in and out of the market in 48 to 72 hours. Expats are competing with other expats and locals for the same properties. There are a limited number of houses for rent compared with apartment options. There are very few or not furnished houses for rent. Properties usually include appliances, refrigerator, freezer, gas, range, air conditioners, and washer and dryer. Curtains are optional and negotiable. Dishwashers are not common in the appliances package. It is not contemplated during the construction of the property. It is not likely to be included afterwards because of the difficulty with installation. Costa del Este has very exclusive gated communities. It is a most preferred area to most expats, as many offices are located in this area. Average rental prices are from $3,500 to approximately $10,000. The average size of an apartment in Costa del Este is 350 square meters. Houses are large and difficult to find in the area. Commuting in and out from Costa del Este is quite easy with the Marine Bridge that takes you directly from Costa del Este to Punta Paitilla and Punta Pacifica, Cinta Costera, and the San Francisco area. Depending on rush hour traffic, the average time is 15 minutes. Punta Pacifica, San Francisco, and Coco del Mar are very good areas and are centrally located. They offer a convenient commute to work or school areas. They are the preferred areas for most expats. There are many new buildings with amenities, and average rental prices range from $1,350 to $5,500. Punta Pacifica ranges from lofts of 100 square meters to 3 bedrooms of over 280 square meters. San Francisco has many new buildings as well, ranging in size and prices. Coco del Mar has less building options and it is more exclusive. Commuting to and in from San Francisco is very easy as there are many routes to take. During rush hour, the main streets will get congested, as in most heavily populated areas like Punta Pacifica, El Dorado, or Marbella. Clayton, where the American Embassy is located, is a very beautiful and green area with large houses. However, the commute into the city is longer due to traffic. Local government and laws favor the tenants. Landlords include clauses in their contract to protect themselves. Tenants have to pay the security deposit equal to 1 month's rent and the first month of rent at the time the contract is signed. This means a large initial investment for renting. Landlords may also request a deposit to reserve the property until the contract is signed. Generally, there is a 30-day notification of lease renewal. Many are now wanting it to be a 90-day notification, and this can be negotiated. Most leases are for 1 year, with a 5% increase in rent after the first year. This, in most cases, can be negotiated, and perhaps a 2-year contract with a 5% rental increment after the second year can also be agreed on. Most landlords and building complexes do not have problems with animals. Pets are welcome most of the time, but there are exemptions depending on the building or the landlord. Due to the delay in opening a bank account, expats need to be financially prepared to pay out-of-pocket expenses. Services like cable TV and internet can be paid in cash or by credit card. Every year, there are more properties that have alarm or surveillance systems operational. New buildings have security cameras, 24 or 12-hour concierge, and in many cases, 24-hour security. Most schools are at full capacity. It is important, very important, to apply as soon as the expat knows of the assignment. There is no way to exercise any influence to get your children a space or to be moved to the top of the list. For one thing, expats dependents are also competing with locals for spaces in international and local schools. Expat children might be required to take a test before being accepted into a school. Most international schools do not give space availability information before receiving the application or before evaluating the student. Application fees are not reimbursable. The international calendar year is from mid-August to mid-June. and schools that use that calendar are English-speaking with second language options. The Panamanian calendar is February-March until beginning of December. These schools are Spanish-speaking with second language options. Panama also has a number of universities and colleges, with local ones and one with branches from the United States. Panama City has grown without urban planning. Only the new communities on the outskirts of the city, such as Costa del Este, have been planned. Many of the streets do not have names on them, and the few that do are not recognized by the locals. Panamanians give directions using landmarks. This can be a challenge for new arrivals who are not familiar with the landmarks. We also mentioned that some of the streets have been converted into one-way. When beginning to drive in downtown, make sure to check before going into a street, as it may not be marked. When taking a taxi cab, we recommend that you call a taxi service and do not use a taxi from the sidewalk. The taxis you may hire while on the street may tell you that they do not want to take you, and they won't. They will also charge you whatever they want. And lastly, they may stop and pick up additional passengers, and you will have to share the cab ride with another people. Also, if a taxi stops for you and there are other people in the taxi already, you will probably be the last one to be dropped off at your destination, making for a long ride with multiple stops. Although there is a bus system in place, the buses do not run on a schedule and usually unreliable in terms of waiting and arrival times. Also, you must purchase a Metro bus card as cash is not taken. Although when first arriving into Panama, the driver's license is valid for 3 months, you should get your Panamanian driver's license as soon as possible, because after the 3-month period, if you get stopped, you will get a ticket. If the police asks you for a visa, it will show that you are a resident, and if you show your passport, they will look for the last entry stamp. Because of the laid-back atmosphere of living in a tropical climate, we recommend to be patient when asking for services such as installations of telephone, cable, internet, etc. Although Panama is not considered a dangerous country, we do recommend that everybody follow basic safety procedures and to stay alert, mainly for pickpockets. We also caution not to open the car windows at stoplights when there are a group of children selling items. When driving in the city, take into account that the buses are bigger than the cars and that they will zip and zigzag in and out of lanes however they want. We make sure to tell them that the taxis also have this peculiar manner of driving and stop whenever and wherever they want. Even though taxis should have automobile insurance, most do not. People like our weather and the laid-back atmosphere of living in a big city, but one that is small in layout. Also, the close proximity to the beaches, less than 2 hours by car. Panama also has many restaurants with a wide variety of cuisine for all tastes. Nice to know, due to the humidity, we all look younger. Panama is a great place for shopping. You can find shops from all over the world and at very good and accessible prices. Our beaches from the Pacific to the Atlantic, you can go in 1 day and swim in the Pacific and in the Atlantic because it's really close. Historically, Panama is part of South America. Geographically, it's part of Central America. We say that Panama is the center of the world and the heart of the universe. You will love to live in Panama. Welcome to my country.